Hi everyone, welcome back to Spiritual Growth Tarot. I'm Denise, and this reading is for Jerry. He wanted to know if I could do a reading on Mayor Pete's future. So Pete Buttigieg's future, and he was wanting to know if it's possible that he could be hired by MSNBC as an on-air person. So I guess maybe one of their either contributors or consultants, or I think you have to be a consultant or be on air for quite a while before you actually get your own spot. But let's see, because a lot of this hinges on Mayor Pete and if that's something that he would really want. So, but I'm just going to do 5 cards for his future. Oh, and I'm using the Light Seers Tarot by Chris Ann Donnelly, and I've mixed the cards in a way when I shuffled to allow for reversals. So, Mayor Pete. Okay, 5 cards for Mayor Pete and his future. Mayor Pete's, and of course, we're diving into career here. No, it's this one actually. This card fell out when I was shuffling, and it fell out straight up like that. It's like, this is a card of ah! So whatever it is, it's really successful and happy career-wise. It may have something to do, well here, let me get the cards laid out. It may have something to do with helping people with the LGBTQ community, helping with their rights, because straight up it's like the Happy Family card, and you can see there's 2 women here. So this to me is like the LGBTQ card. It's not the standard like cisgendered Happy Family. But reversed, it brings us into that issue of happy family, or not having the family, the same family protections and rights in place. So I think that's something that he would be in his future. His future is very successful, very, very, very successful. This is the highest energy card in the deck, and this has to do with all things successful. I'm trying to get rid of the glare here. Let me see. I don't know if that helps. Maybe a little bit. And I'm not sure if there's enough light on the other cards. Okay, so anyway, all things to do with children. This is a very playful card. This is a good card, when it comes to children as well. So I think he'll be working to have happiness and success in that area, and protections in place for the LGBTQ community, or for our brothers and sisters. Doesn't matter, it's ridiculous that we even have to fight for something like that. To me, it's just utterly ridiculous. The fact that we have to fight for women's rights and racial equality, all this stuff is just, that's insane to me that we have to do that. But, because we shouldn't. It should just be basic human rights. So anyway, but back to Pete. So Pete will be fighting for where humanity as a whole is unconscious of, all the forces of beauty, love, and truth, and anything that's been pushed down into the unconsciousness, he's going to be working on that. The Moon card is, it's ruled by Neptune, and so Neptune to me is always, source energy. And we're in that realm of people's illusions and their subconscious, their unconscious, and their insecurities. So what I see is he's going to be fighting for people's, where they're insecure, where they have been insecure because of the laws, because it hasn't been fair. Now with the Six of Pentacles reversed, you know, again, this is where it's not fair. There's selfishness, and it's been one-sided. And this has to do with the past. This has to do with children. This has to do with, you know, reunifying, going back to a place where we're all born in, you know, with, what is that phrase in our Constitution? Unalienable rights as human beings for the pursuit of happiness. This is a very happiness and happiness. So he's going to be fighting for those rights. So as far as MSNBC, let me use a different deck here. I shuffled this deck ahead of time just in case, because we're asking for a yes or no question on that. We can see the territory here, but as far as MSNBC, does he have a future there? Okay. The Moon card is a yes. The Garden card is a yes, I believe. But anyway, the meaning is that the public, and this is the public, you know, like being seen on the public. His reputation is public. This is yes. This is a major yes card. The Clover is a yes card. And the letter is neutral. But I think what I'm getting here is more of a story. So the story goes, yes, his reputation is very honorable. His reputation is extremely honorable and successful. And it's going to be more out in the public than ever before in the future, because this is all about the future. Well, this is too. But this is like the why, you know, like what he's going to actually be doing. This is very yes, in that he'll be a very important person to help us heal these unconscious areas that humanity has had in the past. And then with the Clover, of course, this could be two different opportunities, but this is the card of, you know, good fortune and opportunities. And then with the letter, it can be that he writes, he does some writing that gets the message out there. That's very possible. But, you know, and all the contributors on MSNBC and all the news anchors, they, you know, they're investigative journalists is who they are. They're not just anybody to sneeze at like the clowns you get on Fox News. You know, with the exception of, like, you know, Chris Wallace and some of the others. There's a couple good ones, but, or maybe a handful of good ones. But the investigative journalists on MSNBC, they write up their material before they go on air, of course. So there's at least an opportunity. Maybe this is more about timing. Maybe this is over, you know, just the next month, because this is a monthly card as well. You know, 27 days, 32 days, but, you know, the cycles of the moon are 28 days. So, yeah, so there's that, but there's that possibility that even something over in the next month. That's interesting. Well, I guess we'll just have to wait and see on that. I mean, I wasn't asking for timing. I'm looking at the future, so I guess we'll just have to wait and see. Okay, thanks you guys. Bye.